All right. How you guys feeling? Still some fire going on. Still some fire going on up here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. A long time ago, before Distorted Lullabies actually came out, we got into a room and we started to play music, and he changed my life. He did not join us on that tour because I had played all the on the record. Actually, I played the guitar, which I like to normally downplay, but I had played all the guitar on Distorted Lullabies and dug a hole for myself because I didn't want to play guitar anymore. So we had to find somebody else who played similar to the way that I played, and hopefully better. So Static very kindly and graciously stepped back and was patient. We came off the road touring for about a year on that record. Very quickly went in to record another record because we had to do that for legal and financial reasons. It was a quick record. We made it quickly. We toured very quickly for it. I couldn't wait to get that record and that record cycle finished so that we can get back to playing music together. So I finished Precious. I went into hiding for a few months and started to work on new music. During that time, 2003, we started to put it back together. And he's been here since. On that guitar. Static. That same year, we went out, we did some touring, and along the way, a very young, underage girl and her friend, we met in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Our friend from the band Live was out on the road with us, opening up some shows, and April here and her friend was working for him. We played a couple shows, and then he had to go on and go back to Live and do some stuff. And they asked to continue with us, and started out by following us around the country in the car, getting speeding tickets. Then I believe they moved into my house. I had a house out in the woods in Pennsylvania, and April and her friend, I was not living there, they were living there. You know, they came to me and they said, we really want to do your merch. And I said, you know, we sell about 3 shirts a night. It's not really a great business. But why don't you go up to my house and paint my house for me, please? It seemed like a great deal. You go live in the house for free for as long as you want. You guys hang out. And then every once in a while paint. When you feel like it, when you feel inspired, just paint. Shortly after that, we went away to make the Mercy record. April watched carefully as we were recording. I learned, studying, taking notes. And before you knew it, she was playing the piano, playing in the band, and running the show. Like most women in our lives. For a reason. So, back on the piano, she She looks after us, takes care of us, protects us from crazy people. They're out there. Beautiful, talented, irreplaceable, April Bauer. On to the next victim. 25 years ago or so, 26 years ago, something like that, we started to play music, and we'd go around to the clubs by us. They were all ages. Not many clubs all ages these days. It's kind of annoying because often those are the people who need music the most, going through shit at a young age, not really understanding how to process things, not really having the coping tools, and music changes people's lives. And so we were grateful for that. We had that growing up, and we would go around the clubs and see different bands playing. And during that time, I was probably around 14 years old. I saw this guy playing the drums, and his band was awful, but he was awesome. He really stood out, and he always stood out every band that he was in over the next bunch of years. But I always felt like he was too good to play with us. And somebody is a free spirit, you kind of let them be free, and he was really fancy. He was really good with the tricks. I don't know if he has any tricks left in him, but he says no more tricks. We finally got up the nerve to ask him to play with us a few months ago, and we couldn't be happier. So back there on the drums, the newest, most handsome guy in the band, Dennis Zimmer. Had some stiff competition for that handsome thing once we got Static, but...
What about Race?
Love you, Race.
We all have our flavors, right? So, would you like to introduce? Come on. Okay. Well, I'll tell you some stuff about this guy. I met him in the 2nd grade at our CCD. It was Sunday school. Those of you who don't know what that means. It wasn't on Sundays, though. He went to a different school. We lived in the same town, but he went to a school a few blocks away from our school, Lincoln School. They were Lincoln Losers. We were the Roosevelt, something I can't say because it's not right to say this word, but use your imagination. If they were the losers, we call ourselves the rulers, but that's not what they called us. Years went on, and we went to high school together. We were in the school band together, and we eventually did everything together. I had a child when I was 18 years old. That's not something we did together. But I decided to make him a part of that. The godfather of my child, my lifelong buddy, back there holding it down for us now, taking up a lot of my responsibilities up here because I said I'm tired, and he's better. So, back there on the guitar, singing, the keyboard, Race. I appreciate your patience for this long, drawn-out introduction here. One more. A few years ago, when we came off the road from Mercy, we were on the road forever. Like I said, we started in around 2003, and we had already been touring for a few years. We were touring, we would write, we'd go in the studio, but we were working the whole time. We were blessed, actually, to have the opportunity to do that. Not everybody gets that opportunity, so we were going to take advantage of it while we could do it, so we just stayed on the road and we kept working. It was about a 6-year process. We wrote, we recorded, we toured. Sometimes 8 or 9 of us in that van outside. around the end of 2008. We went home and we just needed to do something else. We were feeling something in us that we needed to get out. So Static and I went to start to donate our time at, there's a School of Rock. There's School of Rocks all over the country now, but there weren't many back then. And this is one of the early ones. It was a great school and great students. We went in and we did some shows with some of the kids, and at the time, this was one of the students. A couple of years later, you become a teacher with us, and we're having a Christmas party. And I don't know if you can believe this or not, but we got really drunk. Actually, many of you who know me, that's actually it makes sense for me to say that, because I didn't drink for a very long time, but then I did. This is one of those nights when we were drinking. And we were just playing simple rock and roll songs, and maybe some Stray Cats, and some other things. I don't know what else we were doing. Maybe like, some Zeppelin stuff. And I know we were a little tilted, but it sounded really good. And I said, "Fuck, man, we should be getting paid for this." So, in that moment, it felt like we need to play music with this person. He relit our spirits because we were getting really tired and disheartened and burnt out. And every once in a while, you know, it helps to have somebody like that come along with a lot of light inside of them, and in times when you don't kind of empty in the tank. So he came along and lit us back up. So we weren't sure what he would do because he's a guitar player as well. But he came in, started to play bass, played bass on the new record and killed it. And we're happy to be up here every night playing music with him because, as I said, when you get a little tired, it's hard to stand still when you have this ball of energy next to you. So we're thrilled that he's here. We call him Good Love. His name is Chris Goodlove. I see a lot of beautiful women out there. I told his dad I'd look out for him. Find him a nice girl.
Is he from Jersey?
1997.
We're old enough to be his parents. It just goes to show you, music has no boundaries.
Thank you.
No borders, no age. Happens, it happens. Relationships in general are that way to me. I've enjoyed raising, I have two children. I have a son who's about to be 21 years old. And we've enjoyed hanging out with him. He's one of my favorite people in the world to hang out with. From the time he was 3 years old, he was just one of the guys with us. So, you know, that's just something magical in life when that happens. So, again, we're happy you're here. So this is a song that